If you plan to spend Christmas in the Czech Republic, there's a few things you need to know. If you want to know about Czech Christmas traditions and their food, check out this video I made. If you want to know about Czech Christmas sweets, here's another informative video I have completed. But there's another thing you do need to know. And this thing is as Czech as Christmas carp, potato salad, or jižíšek. And it's a fairy tale called Tři oříšky pro Popelku. For the remainder of this film review comparison video, I shall be referring to this movie as Popelka, because saying Tři oříšky pro Popelku is far too difficult for a foreigner like me. Tři oříšky, tři oříšky, tři oříšky. It's lucky I had that sandpaper sandwich earlier. The story opens as the king is about to visit a large estate. Popelka's father is deceased and his second wife, the wicked stepmother, is running the estate. Popelka is reduced to the role of a lowly servant, but this doesn't dampen her spirit. No way, no how. She's brave, kind, and, let's face it, pretty easy on the eye. This makes her very popular with all the other farm workers, servants, and the animals. Popelka shows courage and defends a kitchen hand who drops a plate. As a punishment, her stepmother makes her pick out peas from a big bowl of ash, cinders, popel in Czech. This is where we get to see the first piece of magic as pigeons fly to Popelka's window and separate the cinders and peas for her. This gives her time to ride on her beloved horse, Jurashek. The king and queen are looking for a bride for their son, the prince, but he seems more interested in hunting and having fun with his friends than living up to the duties of a royal prince. Is he a Prince Charles or a Prince Andrew? Time will tell. He's in the woods just about to take a shot at a deer when Popelka throws a snowball at him. The prince doesn't mind so much because you can see at the start he's enchanted by this mysterious young woman. Everyone's getting ready for the big ball where the prince will meet maybe some of his potential brides. The stepmother earlier manipulated the king into giving her an invitation to the ball. Say what you like about this woman. She gets what she wants. Admire her motivation. She sends a servant into town to pick up all kinds of fancy material for her and her daughter for the big ball. The only thing Popelka gets are 3 nuts. The 3 nuts from the title of the movie. Now, that seems like a bad deal at the time, but in the end, one of the nuts cracks open and turns into a beautiful hunter's suit. Popelka puts the suit on, goes to the woods, and totally outshoots the prince in a competition. Amazing. This girl is badass. The day of the ball has finally arrived, and Popelka, like any other young girl in the country, is really excited to go. But stepmother, she's up to her usual tricks again, this time mixing a bowl of corn and lentils for her to sort out. It's going to take forever. But lucky for Popelka, in come the pigeons again and sort out the lentils and the corn for her. I have to talk about the owl. What's the story with the owl? Does he like mind control like the pigeons? Does he like, and isn't an owl like a night animal, a nocturnal animal? This owl is hanging out all the time during the day. Weird. And these nuts turn out to be so useful. She cracks open another one. It turns into a beautiful, beautiful ball gown that she can wear to meet the prince. I don't think she has an invitation to the ball, but when she arrives, every one of the guards, everybody that sees her, is so awestruck by her beauty, they don't even think about it. They don't even ask her who she is or why she's there. She literally walks into the ball and stops the party. Literally. Even the band stopped playing. The prince, who's like exhausted from all the dancing, really just wanted to go home. But when he sees Popelka, oh, by the way, Popelka is like totally unrecognizable because of a thin veil across her face. Amazing disguise. The prince dances with this mysterious beauty and is crazy to know her name, but Popelka does not reveal her identity. And, you know, she's with that veil, she's a master of disguise. I know I should let it go. I should just let it go. I'll let it go. Relax about it. I mean, I know it's a fairy tale. Cut the fairy tale some slack. But really, it's a very thin disguise. Let's just draw a veil over that gaping plot hole. Instead of telling the prince her name, she gives him 3 riddles. If he solves them, he'll know who she really is. This girl, Popelka, she's got it all. Beautiful, brave, mysterious, hello, package. Prince knows he's got a good one here. Popelka makes a hurried exit from the ball and on the steps outside loses one of her slippers. She escapes on her horse. The prince finds the slipper and gives chase. The chase leads back to the homestead, and the prince tries the shoe on many girls there. It doesn't fit any of them. If you'll pardon the phrase, in steps the stepmother again, up to her usual tricks, and tries for one last time to get her daughter to be the next princess of the kingdom. Say what you like about the stepmother, but she really does do her best for her natural daughter. For her stepdaughter, Popelka, she really does her worst. This time she tries to disguise her daughter as Popelka. But in the end, don't worry, they get what they deserve. Their sleigh ends up in an icy pond. So up pops our old friend, the mind-bending owl, who leads the prince back to the homestead and back to Popelka. He meets Popelka, and the final hazelnut turns into a beautiful wedding gown. She puts the dress on, gets on a horse, rides to the prince, reveals her true identity. They're going to get married and live happily ever after. It's results time, and what can I say about this Czech Christmas classic? It's got everything, something for all the family. It gets one of my highest scores, 4 Hoska and 4 Rohaliks, giving a combined score of 8 Hosliku. So let's have a little comparison. I grew up in Ireland with the Hollywood version of Cinderella, and that Cinderella character was kind of like, well, she was a bit boring, really. She was very docile, did everything she was told. Everything she had, she got given to her by her fairy godmother. She does get some nice stuff, though. A pumpkin turns into a carriage, mice turn into horses, lizards turn into footmen. But the glass slipper never made any sense to me. How? You can't get much more dangerous than a glass slipper. Imagine trying to dance all night on a glass slipper. I'm not surprised that the Hollywood Cinderella loses one slipper. If I was her, I'd lose both of them. One cool thing about Cinderella was that she had a time limit. She had to leave the ball before midnight, because at midnight, for some reason, fairy godmother says that the carriage will turn back into a pumpkin and everything will go back to its original form. That was kind of cool. Added some drama to the story. Popelka, on the other hand, is really confident. She can shoot a crossbow very well. She can ride a horse. She's brave. She gives it back to the stepmother, even though she's going to get a terrible punishment. She kicks ass overall. She's kind of like Sigourney Weaver in the Alien movies, or maybe Linda Hamilton in Terminator. She's that level of badassery. Why is Cinderella terrible at soccer? I don't know. Why is Cinderella terrible at soccer? She always runs away from the ball. If you're interested in the kind of topics I've discussed in this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more similar videos.